So there's been a little delay on this week's video, and the reason why I did a little bit of delay was we've had a lot of tragedy around me and my area. Not necessarily me or my family, thank goodness, but within just a few miles of my house, a lot of people lost a lot of stuff. A lot of damage has been done. Lives have been lost. Cleanup won't just take days, won't take weeks, it'll take months. And some things just will never come back. We've lost businesses, we've lost just houses, places that were homes for 40, 50 years, um, are now gone. And it's hard for me to come in front of you. And, I've always preached that this is a honest, transparent channel. And it's hard for me to come in front of you and talk about reselling without talking about what's going on with life sometimes. I try to keep it as pure reselling as possible, but sometimes life has to interject itself. And if you can, if you're in your area, they're taking up for anybody to help anybody, please do all you can. Um, we in West Virginia was hit pretty hard, but Tennessee and North Carolina, Asheville is only a couple hours from where I live, and it's so sad. I've been through there probably a dozen times in my life, and to see what's going on there, it's heartbreaking because that is an absolute beautiful part of the country. You're coming up on fall. You would had all the leaves changing and all that, um, and to see it gone, just absolutely gone. Not just water damage, because water damage is what it is, but to see those businesses and stuff gone, it's just truly sad. So whatever you can do, whatever you want to do, please do it. If this doesn't, you don't like this type of ranting about other people, maybe this channel isn't for you. But we're going to go on to reselling topics. Hello, my name's Chris, and I'm the Railroad Reseller. If you like reselling content, please smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already to the channel, please do. Today, I'm going to talk about something that happens almost honestly through the whole reselling experience. Sometimes it's just over expectations. And I think sometimes the best thing we can really do is kind of reel in our expectations sometimes. A lot of times we get overexcited. I think a lot of times what happens initially is, you're 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 browsing through YouTube, okay, and a video comes up about reselling. You watch a reseller, and of course YouTube's going to push a big channel at you, and you watch a video and you're like, man, that looks great. Man, he is just rolling in the money, and he's showing you the great stuff that he flipped. He bought for $1 and he sold for $75 and $1, and he paid, $100 here, $300 there. Just this great stuff. And even the best reselling channels will tell you, you pay attention to the soul more than you do what they paid or how they about acquired the item and stuff like that. And so immediately you're like, you run to the store, you run to Goodwill or the thrifting or the first yard sale, and you're like, okay, where's this item? Where's that item? And you're like, man, this is actually more than I thought. And but I want to talk about what your expectations can really be and the things that you really need to set out as like your goals and stuff like that, because it's very important to set goals, to keep yourself going, keep yourself motivated, and keep yourself on a level of reasonable scalability. But what I'm going to do is go through a few souls, and then we'll continue this topic. Okay, let's go over some things that sold. I sold a couple cassettes here, Prince and Madonna, about $7 plus ship on those cassettes. You probably see this in another sold, but I had a couple of these. It's a Simonese backup camera. I did send an offer on this particular one. Got a little over $17 plus shipping. Because when I send out offers, I just do percentage send out offers. So sometimes you get that odd type of price type thing. Sold this. GS is the name of the brand. It comes from the big guy store, Destinations Unlimited or something like that. Anyway, this is a size 20, 39, 40 length, which is just very long, along with being very big. But anyway, we got $11 plus shipping on those. When I found those at Dollar Day, I found those in quantity, those shirts. So you may see a few more of those in the future. This is a 4XL here. This is a Redhead. It's the name brand. It's got all kind of cars on it, that type of thing. Redhead stuff, especially in decent size, and the graphics usually sells pretty well. A little over $19 plus shipping. The Houston Texans, they're having a good season here. So we got about $9 plus shipping on that. I think this was like a 50-cent pickup at a yard sale. That's why I picked it up. Sold these Wrangler jeans here. I think these were either $1 or $2. Anyway, these are 50/28s. I took an offer of $13 plus shipping on those. Sold a Missouri 4XL lightweight hoodie. It's just kind of more like a shirt with a hood on it. Really nice this time of year for fall type of year. Still long sleeve, but it's a hoodie. Then, more for the winter, sold a Polo Ralph Lauren orange 5XLB full zip. As you can see, 5XB here. Full zip hoodie. I got $33 plus shipping on the Polo Ralph Lauren. This was a $2 pickup at a yard sale. This is tempting for me to keep. This would be big on me, but this is very tempting to keep for the winter. But I have something like this, so why not sell it and get the money? So when you first start your reselling journey, or even somewhere later on in your reselling journey, don't have to be exactly the beginning, but you need to decide kind of what your goals are. Initially, I kid you not, when I first started reselling, I said if I could ship just a couple items a day, I would be happy. I didn't need, a bunch of hours invested in this. I just wanted a couple items and keep on moving and have just a little nice little general fun. I figured, okay, figure if, say, $2,000 a month comes in, you're making, most people make kind of 50%, give or take. So say if you have 2,000 in sales, 1,000 extra dollars coming in, that's 250 extra dollars a week, folks. So, 250 extra dollars a week, I think a lot of people really could like that on top of, you're just your regular work and stuff. And generally that can be done, just like I say, with 2 or 3 things sold per day. So, set a goal of what you want to bring in, okay? Your money goal, okay? Like I said, now initially, I always honestly believe the first thing you ought to do is source your house, okay? Source your house, sell things out of your house first. Once you build that little, nice little fund of money, then go ahead and at this point you've learned how to look stuff up, you've learned how to list stuff, you've educated yourself, then you're ready to go to the next step, which is actually out there thrifting. I mean, I'm not saying in the meantime, if you're riding down the road and there's a yard sale, go ahead and get out and go to the yard sale. But my biggest importance is learning home first. Do the night classes first before you you go practice law, okay? Before you become a doctor, make sure you do your internship, okay? Too many people watch, I've watched inventory of some people's channels, um, go from nothing to 1,500 items overnight. And then all of a sudden they have 50 negative feedback. And yeah, it's because you grew it way too fast. You thought, oh, I'll be like him. I'm smart enough. I'm bright enough. I'm good looking enough. And let me tell you something, first of all, folks. You always start ridiculously small and you grow from there. Before this type of reselling, I did coupon reselling where I just bought up a lot of items using coupons and then I sold off the excess. But now, initially, I just started to save myself money on my own grocery bill. I would get some items and it was like $60. I was like, man, I need to cut back on this. This is, and because this was even non-food items. I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about this was non-food items, and it was like $60. And I was like, this is 2005, $60. And I was like, man, this is just too much for one guy. Okay. And I was like, man, I need to cut back. And I started using coupons just to save myself money. And then I had access because we had recycles over here. And at the time, nobody else was into this. So I could go over to my recycle center and there was a stack of Sunday papers. And I could just get a bunch of Sunday papers and get the coupons out and do really well. So I was like, man, I need to take where I can get this excess and then buy it and then sell it, have a yard sale a couple times a year. But I started small and then I kept on growing and growing. And that's the way I've done my eBay business. And that's why, I honestly believe to be somewhat successful, you need to really start small and you grow from there, folks. Um, but I'm gonna take it and show you the last solds, and then we'll wrap this whole thing up. Okay, let's go over some things that sold. Sold the 2 pack here of Sling Blade and Monster Ball here. It's new sealed. We got about $25 plus shipping. Sling Blade is the movie that's hard to find. This is just a 2 pack. This 2 pack's actually even harder to find, really. So this was new sealed, $25 plus shipping. This is definitely a Bolo Xbox 360 game. Most people don't even know that, but this is definitely a Bolo. This is 50 cents game, Blood on the Sand. It was complete. Picked it up at $1 yard sale, sold the same day. A little over $70 plus shipping on this. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I don't talk about much, but I do sell a few Magic the Gathering cards every once in a while. Sold this one, $10, a little better $10 plus shipping on the Magic the Gathering card. Sold a lot of 3 cassettes here. These are just odds and then cassettes. They're kind of rock 80s type thing. Got another about $10 plus shipping on that. Sold Brooks Brothers here. This is a longer, it doesn't say tall, but it's extremely long. That's why when you measure clothes, you can actually help yourself. If it comes out long, list it as tall. But anyway, $12 plus shipping on the Brooks Brothers black and gold emblem. This was in a free thing. What happened was I showed up at the yard sale about noon, and she said, I just put a curb alert on this yard sale. Said, anything you find in here, you can have. So definitely when it's free, got this Simply Southern fleece, a little bit over $11 plus shipping on something I didn't pay for. And I know I spent my gas and stuff, but I was already there for the day, running around. And so finally sold to Stafford, a little bit over $10 plus shipping. This was $1 pickup on a Sunday. So in summary, the best thing to do is just to set goals. Put some kind of goals out there and make them reachable, obtainable goals. Don't put out something like, I'm going to sell $100,000 in the first year, because I know you're going to let yourself down. There's a lot of a 99% chance you will not sell $100,000 in the first year unless you're just incredible. And if you do, you're putting out a ton of money to make it happen. You're putting out $110,000 to make $100,000 in sales happen. Put out realistic goals. Let me tell you something else. Even as a big time reseller or something else, if you're having a really good day or something, take a picture of it. Take a picture of your package that you're getting ready to ship. Take a picture of a real big sale you're getting ready to have. Do something that when you have a bad day, a $15 day, you can go, hey, that was good. I bought that for $1 and sold that for $75. Sold that for $100. Yeah, that was really good that day. Yeah, today I'm having a $15 day, but that was a really good day. Um, do things that keep yourself motivated, because one of the things, I ain't kidding you, once you get down in this rabbit hole of reselling, um, sometimes it's just not that fun. There's days that's not that great. I mean, it's fun to go out and source. I definitely going out and sourcing to me is the fun part. But the pack and the shipping and stuff like that. And then yeah, you have a day that, like I say, you have the items I have, or I've read even a lot more people have bigger stores than I do, and they'll have a $15, a $30 day, and this is actually what people are depending on for their livelihood. I'm not depending on this for my livelihood, but these people are depending on it for their livelihood, and they're having a $30 day of sales. And, you've got to be able to make sure you can handle that. That's why, time and time again, I've said, unless you really know what you're doing, or if you really have a partner that's got a decent job with some health care insurance and stuff like that, the whole market of going to full-time resale in late 2024, soon to be 2025, it's just doesn't make any sense. Just because you enjoy it doesn't mean it needs to be your job, unless you can just definitely know beyond a shadow of a doubt the money's going to continue to come in. You've got money in the bank, or like I said, you have a partner that has great health care and a good job. I definitely would not think that full-time reselling is the thing for you. Like I say, start small, build from there, and go on and do things to encourage yourself and set reasonable goals for yourself. Thanks for watching this week. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and have a great week.